Welcome to Get Your Shoot Together, the photographer's podcast where we discuss studio, business life, and keeping it all in line. I am Kira Derryberry.
And I'm Mary Fizz Taylor.
Guns, pew, 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 pew.
Oh, hey, Kira Derryberry.
Hi. So we are recording for the first time. We always see each
Mhm.
other when we record, but we never actually like broadcast it. So we just thought people might be available to watch right now given what's going on, and we thought it might be helpful for you to tune in. So really, if you're watching this as you're logging on to this, you are getting a preview of the podcast that should be, fingers crossed, coming out tomorrow. So welcome. Bear with us as we get through this for the first time. We might have a couple of hiccups, and those who are listening out in podcast land, that will be your explanation for for why we also have some input coming in from Facebook at the same time. So I know you guys are excited to watch. I know you guys are excited to interact with us, and we're going to interact with you as much as we can. But we're also still recording the podcast, so we're going to try to get to questions at like a designated point, if that makes sense. But hi, Mary.
Hi, Kira.
How are
How
you?
are you? You seem to have
Jinx.
climbed out of the little anxiety tree that you were in, which I think we all should talk about because we're all, as we keep saying, in this together.
In this together.
In
So,
this together.
friends, thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to be real honest. I've said this so many times today, but today is my first day to turn a corner from being just an absolute crazy person. Like,
Not completely crazy.
yeah,
A little
just
crazy.
not gonna lie. I have been the full spectrum of emotion. My GIF or GIF, but it's GIF that is my favorite right now is Anchorman's Ron Burgundy's like in the in the phone booth in the glass case of emotion. That is where I've been at. I have been okay. I have been not okay. I have been angry. I have been angry crying. Um, I have been worried, just worried about so many things. I've been worried about how it feels as though some people haven't been taking it as seriously as maybe I have been. And then I felt a little crazy because I felt like, well, why am I the only one taking it seriously?
You were an early
I
adapter.
was an early, yeah. And then
You were a very early adapter.
but it seems like people are sort of getting on board with being on the same page, and that has made me feel better. And so I woke up this morning very re-energized and ready to sort of hit the ground running. How about you?
Absolutely. So I was not as early of an adapter as you were, but I'm fully understanding and practicing everything that they're telling us to do to try to, flatten the curve and all the things that we should be doing. So I'm doing okay. And you know what I'm loving? This is what I'm loving right now. And this isn't going to be just a Pollyanna podcast of everything's positive and we're great, because no,
Nope.
I'm not great. I had a full on meltdown this morning and attempted to use a coffee machine I was given 2 years ago and failed miserably. But because I needed some normalcy. But I'm loving all the giving and reaching out, whether it's us in our own community with our own clients. But my gosh, let's just go over. Ronan Ryle with 3XM has started this amazing panel of influencers and industry leaders. There are webinars happening almost, every other day at this point, and they're going to continue to be. I'm just free information, education, and wellness checkups. PPA just opened up every bit of their EDU.
Every bit.
All of their online education is open, whether you're a member, not a member. You can go online right now to PPA and get thousands. I mean, how many? I don't even know how many are in there.
It's over 1,000 videos
Over
already.
1,000 videos and webinars from some of the, great information. I'm just seeing this outpouring of human kindness, and that's what's kind of giving me the energy right now, or I don't
I
know, the
think
fuel
I think
keep
that's what I
going.
needed yesterday. I was feeling I've just been all over the place. And yesterday was a little bit better, but when you watch 8 press conferences in a row, it just makes you a little bit crazy. And so, but yesterday when we got together in the 3XM group and we had that panel, that was as much for me as it was for everybody. We were trying to help and talk through this. I felt not rejuvenated isn't the word, but some sort of slap in the face is what it was for me, just to sort of get me to snap out of it. I just needed to talk to my people. You know,
Yeah.
my husband and my daughter, they are also my people, but I needed to talk to my work people. You
The
know,
different
I
people.
needed to talk
Yeah.
to some different people. And, we've all been dealing with this differently. But one of the things that you and I keep saying over and over again is that this has leveled the playing ground, leveled the field for all of us. We're all in the same place. I can't imagine, if your businesses are still running smooth, good on you, man. I am
Great.
excited for you. I am happy for you. In fact, I've postponed and rescheduled things, just for the sake of one. I'm trying to do my best and my part to follow the CDC guidelines, which has been, about social distancing and self isolating. Thank goodness we're healthy, but we have been trying to do our part to do that, and I really hope that other people are taking heed, really listening to what the CDC advises. It's very important.
Agree.
And so I made the decision to just stop. I've just full stop trying to scrounge up business right now, and I'm focusing on community. I'm focusing on like self-help, or just sort of keeping my brain clear, and my friend's brain, and my
Hmm.
husband and my daughter, and keeping her occupied, and then just communicating with my clients, as
Right.
best I can, when they're ready, and meeting them wherever they're at.
Right. Social distancing or self quarantine, whatever you want to call it, does not mean isolation.
No.
And guys, you said this earlier, Kira, I thought it was really incredible. And by the way, you were amazing on that podcast
Thank you.
yesterday.
So were you, and you're so pretty.
But the you are so pretty.
Oh.
But the thing is that we are not, like you said, you're used to hurricanes in Florida. We are, guys, we've been asked to sit on our couch for 2 weeks, not like actually like go to war. Like we actually have our power and social media and our phones and everything. So there's no excuse for us not to be connecting and engaging like we actually normally do. Because let's be honest, we're acting like we always go to everybody's house and visit. We don't. We pick up the phone and text or, FaceTime or what have you. So this is actually a time where we have to, if we're going to make lemonade out of lemons, so to speak, there's a lot of things we can be doing right now. There are, and it's not what we maybe wanted to be doing. Yeah, I'd rather be photographing my early spring sessions, and I'd rather be, doing a lot of different things right now. But this is where we are. We're all in the same place. I don't care what kind of
Absolutely.
business you have. I don't care how many medals you have, how many awards you have, how much money you have. We're all in the same place right now. Everybody.
We are. And so what that's given us is this opportunity to start doing those things that you haven't had time for. You know what I mean? And that's not just with your business, but just with your life, like with your house. I have a bunch of little projects at my house that I'm going to be working on, but also I'm trying to prepare myself and come out of this better than I was before, so to speak, and encourage others to do so. I think you're allowed to have several days of spinning out. I've allowed myself the several days of spinning out.
Yeah.
I can't say that I won't have more days of spinning out. But it's okay to freak out. You know what I mean? But the important thing is that you get back on the horse, and that you readjust what your priorities were at the time. And right now my priorities are getting a few things done for the work that I'm doing, is getting a few things in place for my business that I needed to get done and that I needed to take care of. I set up some automation for e-gift cards, so
Right.
for that availability, so that when things start bouncing back and people start trying to plan for a future of sorts, whenever that's going to be, that we can go ahead and start crediting people for like things like headshot sessions, things that are easy to
Yeah.
do. I've started trying to work on getting my CRM, my 17 hats in
Yeah.
order. Previously, I have had 17 hats, guys, for like 2-3 years. I just keep paying for it, and I know how great it is, but
Yeah.
I can't seem to get switched over from the system. I've been using FreshBooks for forever, which is great, but it doesn't do all the things.
Mhm.
And so now I have the time. The thing that was holding me back was not being able to sit and really focus and really
Right.
watch videos and really, do all that stuff. So, and now that the EDU videos are out, you know, I'm compiling lists I'm like
Yeah.
making mixtapes of EDU videos.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, if you wanted to get, your certification with PPA, this is a great time. If getting those projects done, I've been meaning to redo my wedding lookbook for too long. I'm embarrassed to say. I want to I want to get a new website going. So I got to pull all those images. District competitions right around the corner. Working on
Yep.
those competition prints. I mean, whatever it is, or just engaging with your spouse, your kids, your family, you read a book. I mean, I do that all the time anyway. But I mean, just doing things that we are so busy and our patterns are so incredibly hectic. Just we don't have a choice. It's been taking away for us. I was reading an article. I think I posted it in the today. Like that's something we've been given right now. We've been given this forced to slow down, and you know what? That's something we have to just take advantage of because neither one of us want to be this, like I said, all sunshines and rainbows because it's not. We all understand that this is far reaching and that the repercussions of this, we don't know. We don't know when this is going to end. We don't know what this is going to be. But we do know that we're going to come out of it and there's not much we can do about it. So we might as well make the best of what we've been dealt,
And the other thing to remember that was really hard for me to get perspective on was that this is a time where people are feeling particularly attached to their families and their people. And there's a renewed sense of connection that everyone is getting with their people. I mean, chosen family or family, blood family, you know what I mean? And I think that when we come out of this, there's going to be a renewed sense of, I need to capture this. I need to do a better job of documenting these things. And I'm not saying that from an opportunistic standpoint. I'm just there's hope here, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We do have something. We do something that people need. It might be a luxury need at the moment, but it's still a need that's going to come right back.
Absolutely.
Come swarming right back. And I keep having to remind myself when I'm like, man, I haven't got an inquiry in a minute.
Yeah. When you have a calendar and you literally are forced to erase it, which we discussed earlier, it's a sick feeling. It's a very sick feeling. And my initial reaction, as you know, was this is fine. It's fine. And no, it's not. It's not fine. And I remember I was in business obviously with 9/11. And, you want to talk about when you come out of something that was just a forced crisis, which this is as well. And, there was somebody to blame for 9/11, meaning there was an entity that made that happen. This is a blameless crisis. We can't sit here and regardless of what anybody's saying online or what any media is spinning, there's no one to blame here. This is something that's happened that we have to deal with. And I think that we have leaders and we have people in place that are doing the best they can.
And it's not helpful. It's not helpful to I mean, I know you want
answers. It's a drain.
I know you want answers, but it's just not helpful. So, focus on doing things that are helpful for yourself, for your business, for your life, for other people, for your community. I think that I think we all need each other right now in a big way. And I think that, honestly, I'm thankful if this was going to happen, that it's happening in an age where we have like the peak of communication abilities right now. You know what I mean? It's not like a hurricane. It's not like I'm out of power. I'm worried about being able to charge my phone or have a flashlight. Like I can pick up my phone and see any of y'all's faces at any time. We can FaceTime, we can Skype, we can Zoom meeting. In fact, guys, I don't know if this excites anyone but me, but some of you guys who are friends with me know I have this group of friends that I grew up with. That is, we call ourselves Camp Wanderlush because we used to get together every year. But it's a mix of girls that I grew up from elementary school, one from preschool, elementary school to high school to college. All of us were together. Allison Hall, I keep wanting to call her by her maiden name. It's such a problem for me. But Allison Jansen Hall, who is a photographer and a friend of a lot of ours,
yep.
She's part of that group. I've known her since I was 5 years old.
Aww.
And anyway, so we have planned on Friday to have a Zoom happy hour. So I haven't been able to get together with those girls because my schedule and Allison's schedule and everybody's work schedule has just not been. We have been trying to plan a trip. Now, we used to be able to do it, and now that we're getting older and everybody's got a career and everything, it's just harder to get away. We're gonna get together on Friday night. That's what I'm doing Friday night. I am
Nice.
gonna get a bottle of wine and I am gonna host a Zoom call with like 8 of my best friends.
Oh,
You
I
know?
love that. You know, we're
Mm-hmm.
involved in a virtual happy hour on Friday as well. And it's something that's being done in our community. And it's to support the wait staff and all the servers that have been displaced from their jobs right now because restaurants have gone to either,
It's such a
ours are
good
still
idea.
open, but only takeout.
Yeah.
And we actually have some TV personalities and radio personalities that are going to each host a half hour of it. It's a $5 donation to this fund for the servers, and they're going to like mix a drink and give us a recipe and just do a chat. And it's an online like 2 hour, 3 hour happy hour. You can come in and out as you want, but just make the donation and it's going to go to a great cause. And, you know, our business being a part of that, it's just amazing. You know, it's a great thing to re-engage and help because I think that, don't you remember, like, when there's been crises in your town or in your area, and you can speak to this because of obviously hurricanes or whatever, when you know those businesses that are just rolling their sleeves up and they're like, we're all in this together, we're stronger
Yep.
together, let's help, you remember them. And I'm not trying to be opportunistic about this because I'm not. I would do this anyway. But the more we can engage and be creating positive posts, positive energy, positivity in our community, bringing a smile to somebody's face, whatever it is we can do, the better you're gonna come out of this. You know,
Let your community know that you're there, you
yeah, and
know,
your clients.
and yeah, and you're a human being. So I understand, the need to I went through that where I was like when I was going through my anger crying phase. I was posting stuff that I would never post on Facebook, and then erasing it and then sharing stuff and then deleting it. I mean, I was real bipolar on Facebook for a little bit, but I know the urge is there. You're human beings, and this is scary.
Yeah,
So, but quell that urge. I don't know. Stop doing that, if you can, but don't stop talking to people. Don't stop posting
yeah,
from your business. Don't stop. You know what I mean? No one's expecting you to, be posting all this new work. If you have personal projects that you're working on and you want to start putting them out there, this is a great time to do that. But, unless, I'm going to be photographing Kevin and Lucy and self-portraiting myself, you're not probably going to see a lot of portraits from me,
no.
during this time because I just don't have a lot of people around me right now. And I don't want to because I'm trying to follow the rules. But nobody's expecting you to be some sort of content creating superhero when it comes to new work. But it's not a reason to stop posting positive energy and positive things you're doing and working with the community because people will remember that.
Exactly. And you know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like there's tons of great content out there that maybe you're seeing and that your clients or, local businesses and everything aren't. Reshare that. I mean, we shared today just a compiled list. Got this from our friend Marnie Claggett actually, and it really inspired me. Like of I shared this list of, things to do while you're home with your kiddos and not go stir crazy. That's something that I thought was valuable content. Of course, I sourced the resource and gave credit where credit is due because it's not my work, but I shared it with a note from Jamie, and I just thought this would help to any of you parents out there who might, just to avoid going stir crazy with the kiddos at home. Here you go. I sent it out this morning. I got a handful. I think 5 or 6 people responded back. Oh my gosh, thank you. This was really great. Now that won't resound with all my clients because maybe they're not in a place where they have kids at home or, or have kids for that matter. But those that did appreciate that. So you don't have to even create the content. Find good content that you think your clients would enjoy and pay it forward. It just keeps your name out there. It keeps you at top of mind. And when it's all said and done, and I think Darty Hines said this so well yesterday, that, you got to stay for algorithm reasons and to other reasons, you need to stay out there on social media posting because when it's all said and done and everybody is back online, not that everybody's scrolling right now,
Mm-hmm.
but you need to make sure that you're in there and you're still in the game. So you don't want to stop. We need to stop marketing our business and asking for business, but we don't need to stop branding our business and reminding people that we're here if you need us.
If you want to look at it this way, if you want to look at it from a business standpoint, because I 100% agree with you, brand awareness is something that is going to be pivotal during this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting yourself out there and just, it's, just posting some updates on what's going on, or just things that are going on at the house, or things that you're working on personally, or just that, like, hey, I'm here, I'm okay, I hope you're okay, checking in with you every, Catherine Langsford yesterday was like, just be human. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Start talking to people like a human and not like a robot. You know what I mean? Like, I think we tend to get a little robot-y with our speech when we're marketing. You know what I mean? Just
Agree.
a little bit conveyor belt style, just churning it out. So I'm super guilty of it. So I'm the first one to identify it. But I think now is the time to really just be human. Check on your clients.
Yeah.
See how everybody's doing. You had this great idea, and I know that Alison Tyler Jones and Catherine were also talking about it. But going back through your old photo sessions and posting old photos from sessions from years past, and just tagging a client on it, being like, thinking about you guys. Remember this time in session? It was such a great. You know what I mean? People appreciate that, and they need that right now. And I think also our feeds. I hope it doesn't last much longer, but the Facebook feed is so cluttered with garbage and panic and anger.
Political.
Yeah,
I mean, I've snoozed more people.
I
And I'm not making this about politics. Either way, it's just, again, guys, this is a medical crisis. This is a medical depression. This is not something that we need to sit around and worry about who's to blame.
right.
Like, that's absurd to me. Like, and I don't think that I think it's okay to be human. But let me ask, Kira, for our business page, I've not really gone there. We originally, on Sunday when I got back in the country, I just posted, I said, we're going to practice social distancing. We're doing this. We're going to do this. And I just said, if you need us, we're here. If you know a child who needs a meal because they are not in school, or an elderly person, or anybody that needs a run to the grocery or the pharmacy because they're still open here in Virginia, we're here. We want to continue to support the community that has supported us for 26 years. And we're here if you need us. We're stronger together. And I immediately sent that out. And I
Well,
know
that's not robotic at all. That's
no, but I mean, I just wanted people to know that, we're here and we're all in the same boat. That wasn't doom and gloom. Like, there's this fine line with our business pages. I think, like, I'm probably not going to post anything. I'm going to address it. I don't want to pretend like it doesn't exist. I think that businesses right now, they're just going on business as usual and pretending, which I can't say that, but it would feel almost like pretending like things are just normal and great. It's absurd, and I think you come across as being incredibly insensitive and tone deaf. So
everybody in the world is in the same boat.
yeah,
I mean, we talked about everybody in our industry being in the same boat, and that being the great leveler. Everyone in the world, it's just, it's terrifying, and it's got me completely awestruck in the biggest way. And so I think now is the time. I mean, it feels like we should have been doing this the whole time, obviously, but we need to be kinder to how people are dealing with this internally. You know what I mean? Like I said, I am gonna tell you, I was nuts for 2 days at least, probably borderline 3, if we're being honest. And my husband was very gracious with dealing with receiving how I was dealing with it. You know what I mean? Without getting angry at me and us having a fight. Because
right.
I was ready to fight. You know what I mean? I mean, that's where some people are at. So I think we need to give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. Social distancing aside, like mental breathing room. Everyone is going to be dealing with this at different points, in different ways. You and I talked to a friend yesterday who was very, very gobsmacked by the impact it was having on her business, and you could see it in her face. And it was, it's okay. You know what I mean? We're all gonna be like that at some point. But we have been given this valuable time that we didn't have before, and this is the best we can make of it at this point, right?
Yeah.
Do something for yourself, for your business, for your family, for your home. You know what I mean? Spend the time doing those things.
Exactly. I agree. And And I love, and you're right, yeah. And somebody said yesterday when we were on this other webinar, and it was a gentleman from England, Damien McGillicuddy. He said it, and we've been given this gift of time, and that's all we can do is try to make the best of it that we can, because we just don't have a choice. But I do want to share a couple of things. Like, this is some advice that I've been on a lot of. I've been interviewed and been on a lot of webinars and participated in several. I just want to say that some great information that I've received, and this really helped me. So, yes, we are here. I do believe we're going to come out of it as fast as we went into it, but we are going to sit in this space for a while. I can't stress that enough. While we're here, use this gift of time. However, looking forward, do like Kira said, getting those e-cards ready and implementing those automated systems or whatever it is that you've been meaning to get around to. Get ready, because when we come out of this, we need to be prepared to double up. If we want to continue to succeed and be successful and have any hope of recouping what we're losing right now, and we're all losing, we need to be ready to double up. Maybe we're going to have to cancel the summer vacation or shorten our holiday or, work on days that you usually are off in order to get the revenue going, because there will be revenue left when this is over. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but there will be. But we need to be ready to double up and buckle down and try to make the best of the cards we've been dealt. And I don't know, hearing that from somebody was just a huge, okay, yeah, all right, I'm going to start preparing. So I'm already doing, like I was telling you, online consultations, planning my June sessions, because that might be realistically when I'm back to work, and reaching out to people who said they were interested in maybe doing beach sessions. I'm already reaching out to them. Hey, let's start planning. Let's start looking. Let's hop online and look at some outfits. Let's look at some, moods. Can we look at the house and where we're going to display it? And people are actually, I'm sending them an email or picking up the phone calling. If they don't want to do it, that's cool. We don't even need to talk about it. But some people are just starved for a conversation that's not about the coronavirus. I mean, that's where we are. So some people have been like, yes, anything to take my mind off this right now. So that's something we can do to get prepared. And if you do have employees, which I don't, I don't have any, but, have that kind of conversation with your employees. We all are going to have to make tough decisions if we do have employees, but some might be willing to self-lay off or take a break or cut back or what have you. So have these conversations instead of, pretending like this isn't happening or, blindsiding them. Try to have that conversation if you do have employees, because I think that's a tough spot to be in, which is why I'm so relieved I don't have employees. Yeah, quite frankly,
it's a really tough spot to be in because I think like you said, there are so many industries that are being affected by this, and employees that aren't able. Nobody's wait staff doesn't make a salary generally.
No, that's rough.
Or the service industry in general. I know I have a friend who owns a spa, day spa massage place. Yeah. Well, that's out. You know what I mean? I don't know if you can see my nails, guys, but it's real bad. It's real bad. I'm sitting here picking it off. You know what I mean? I mean, this is impacting us at a global level, as we keep talking about. But, I am, what? I've been doing things that I don't do, I gardened the other day.
Yeah, I was shook when you texted me.
I know. I sent you a picture and I was like, I'm in the yard. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, Lucy and I went, and, we have this local, Tallahassee Nurseries is this local place that's it's in my neighborhood almost. And so we went over there, we practiced our social distancing. We were careful, and it was outdoors. Yeah. And so we bought a couple of plants and we potted some plants outside. And then that kind of got me trimming a hedge back, and that kind of, I need to pressure wash this concrete. And so then I started doing that. And then, before I knew it, I was like, man, when we come out of this yard is going to look great. You know, and I have a guy who comes and cuts the grass, but he doesn't do these little beautification things. You know what I mean? So, I started thinking, I was like, maybe when we all bounce back from this and my yard is in full bloom and it's all manicured and everything, maybe I should have some sessions out here just to celebrate. You know what I mean?
The studio photographer is going to photograph outdoors.
I know.
But double up. See, that's a great example, Kira, of something you don't normally do. It's not really your favorite thing, but you absolutely would do some garden sessions or mini sessions or whatever it is you decide to do, because we need to double up and we need to buckle down and help our business rebound. And that's going to be one way we can definitely do it, in my opinion. I think another thing we can do is address the loss. And whether it seems trivial or not, there are high school seniors right now that their prom has been taken away. There's a big thing at one of my main schools called Song Contest. It was taken away. Graduation. We just found out my son will not walk in his college graduation. It is done. There will be no college graduation. And I'll never see my son graduate from college because it's gone. So I think if we could reach out, address these losses and these missed milestones and say, hey guys, when we're back, free mini session cap and gown, get that prom, let's rock the frock and bring that prom dress in here. And we're going to do a free session. Now, obviously you can sell product or packages, or you can do whatever you want. But I think if we, as small businesses, recognize it and own it and say, this is how we're going to make that, sorry, there's Rookie, make that a little bit better when we come out of this, people appreciate it.
People appreciate it, and they're not going to be expecting you to work for free.
No.
You know what I mean? They're really not. If anything, they're going to be eager to put money back into the community and back into small business, I hope, at least.
I hope so.
The other thing that I think we should address is, I know a lot of you are worried about income. We're all worried about income. Now is not the time to fire sale it. Now is not the time to panic price. Now is not the time to crazy discount or try to offer the best deal, or, you know what I mean? One, I kind of feel like it's just not on anyone's radar right now. But
it's not going to matter.
It's not going to matter. And so, and two, I don't think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that when we bounce back from this, that people are going to be like looking for the best deal. I think they'll be looking to get back to the way things were, or get back to some sense of normalcy. You know what I mean? I just don't expect people to be running a crazy discount sale, or you having to compete against other photographers who do, I think your clients, the ones that you have, the ones that have been with you for a long time, I think they're looking forward to seeing you again.
I agree. And the more you keep your brand identity out there, and the more you share and give and do, and this isn't financial. Like, it doesn't have to be money. Like, I've just been, anytime one of my friends who owns a small business posts something, I'm reposting it, or I've reached out to a bunch of people and I said, oh my gosh, what can I do? Can I feature your business? Can I market something that maybe you're doing, virtually or online? And every one of them have been, oh my gosh, yes, thank you so much. And that's the loyalty, that connecting. And shame on me, really, and I've said this to you, for not doing this all along, because we're all in the same place as a small business.
Right. Maybe
anyway.
That's not, so I keep saying this over and over again, and I keep stumbling over it, but I feel like there's an opportunity here to come out better than you were before in so many areas.
Yes.
Come out of this better, a better business owner, come out more connected to your community and to these. I'm real guilty of being a kind of disconnected from things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just am,
We're busy being busy. We're just very busy.
And now I'm just like, I'm checking in on everybody. I'm texting my friends. I'm like, how are you doing? How are you guys holding up? Are you feeling good? Feeling bad? Whatever. Sending funny memes. I have clients that I'm texting, sending funny memes to. You know what I mean? Like, part of my brand is that I have some levity. You know what I mean? And so I, on my social media, some of the stuff that I was just posting, the stories, were some of the funny memes I saw about just some levity to the whole situation. Nothing crude, nothing weird, anything like that, but just some like, okay, I'm here too, guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that people will appreciate that. They'll remember it, and I think we're going to be okay. I know we're going to be okay.
We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
There'll be a new normal. And, I can't stress this enough. I hope that all the things that a lot of us are doing right now, being human and connecting and engaging and being more aware of our community, the charities, the people who need help, I hope we don't stop when this is over, because we need more of that. We need a lot more of that. And I think we'll all be better off. And it'll take a while to feel that way. Trust me, it's going to be a while, but I'll feel that way eventually,
We'll get there. We'll get there together. I know you and I have plans to just keep reaching out to you guys, keep for our own sanity, to be quite
Right.
honest. I mean, you think it's a little self-serving in that I need to talk to you guys, and hear how you're doing and tell you how I'm doing and check in with you. This helps me, and I think I know it helps you too. And so we have some plans to keep putting out a little, just some content, just some help, just as we, and it's just we're just giving it out. It's just
Yeah.
like
And
it's like the parade
we're
float
actually
of
starting the blog. That's
Yep.
something we haven't done.
Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna keep trying to share as much as we will always have, obviously, but it's just a little bit of a different tone, and we don't, like I said, neither one of us are taking this lightly. Neither one of us are in any different place than you're in. I'm scared. I mean, I'm scared. It doesn't matter where you are as a business. You've built a machine that you have to continue to feed. So regardless, I don't know how I'm going to do that and how I'm going to survive the next, however long this takes, but I will. I mean, I don't, the choice, the alternative sucks. So, but know that we're here and we've got your back, and, we're all better together. I know that I keep saying that, but I cherish this community so much, and I'm going to but this is going to help all of us, I think, just to be able to feel like we're not alone and we're all in the same place, because we're all suffering a little bit and we're all a little scared, but
we're going to be okay. As
we're going
long
to
as
be
we
good.
keep talking to each other. And so you're going to see our smiling, sometimes not smiling faces a lot over the next few weeks. We have plans to keep doing this, to keep posting stuff. We have a couple of other outlets that have asked us to communicate with the communities, photography communities there. So we're going to be doing that as much as we have the time. We can't say that we don't have the time.
Got lots of time.
So we have lots of time. We're going to start the blog. We're going to put some content out on that. We're going to give you some guidance too on some of the resources that PPA is putting out. We're going to be trying to work in tandem as much as we can and getting that stuff out to you guys. You guys are all following PPA anyway, but if we can sort of guide you through any of it, we're happy to. And we're just happy to have you guys. And I hope you're happy to have us.
I hope so. Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much. And you don't know when we'll pop back up.
We're just going to we'll try to warn you, but we don't know. But I think we're kind of doing this little trial run of live broadcasting, and maybe throughout this, as however long it lasts, we'll keep live broadcasting as much as we can while we record the podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast now, this is where we're on our Facebook page, facebook.com/getyourshoottogether is where you can actually watch these live broadcasts as we do them as much as we can. So you can still also follow us on Instagram, of course, at Get Your Shoot Together. You can follow us on Facebook at Get Your Shoot Together. You can email us anytime, because now you have it, at girl@getyourshoottogether.com. You can subscribe to us on all the places where podcasts are heard and listened to. And now you can watch us in our faces and our ratty t-shirts on Facebook Live. So thank you guys so much. We love you. We will see you guys next time.
Thanks, y'all.